What is the product of 5c plus 3d times 2c minus 9d? Is it letter A, 10c squared minus 39cd minus 27d squared? Or letter B, 10c squared plus 39cd plus 27d squared? Or letter C, 10c squared minus 39cd plus 27d squared? Or letter D, 10c squared plus 39cd minus 27d squared? What is your answer? So in solving this question number 1, these are the product of two binomials. So sa matong gamitin dani, we will just be using the FOIL method in solving this question. So let's find the product of 5c plus 3d times 2c minus 9d using the FOIL method. So FOIL method itong gamitin dani because this kind of multiplying binomials or polynomials is not part of the special products man. So, saan naman tong FOIL method? So, just multiply the first term by the first term. So, first term times first term, so 5c times 2c, and then plus the product of the first term and the last term. So, that's kung ano na, FOIL outer term. So, 5c is outer term ni kani and then kana. So, 5c times negative 9d, and then plus the product of the inner term. So, FOIL. So, 3d times 2c, and then plus the product of the last term. So, 3d times negative 9d, or simply, murag distributive property. So, this one times this one times that, this one times this, and kanina pud og kana. Now, let's evaluate, or let's simplify. So 5c times 2c, that's 10c squared. And then 5c times negative 9d, so that's negative 45cd. And then 3d times 2c, that's 6cd. And then 3d times negative 9d, that's negative 27d squared. And we could still combine this too because they have the same variables. So they are similar terms. So let's simplify them. So let's copy 10c squared minus, or let's combine this first. So minus or negative 45cd plus 6cd, that's negative 39cd. So monang minus 39cd, and then let's copy this one. So minus 27d squared. So this is the answer for this particular question. So therefore, the correct answer for question number 1 is 10c squared minus 39cd minus 27d squared, and that's letter A. Alright? Now let's proceed to question number 2. Let's find the product of the square of this binomial 3x plus 5y. So is it letter A, 9x squared plus 15xy plus 25y squared? Or letter B, 9x squared minus 15xy plus 25y squared? Or letter C, 9x squared plus 30xy plus 25y squared? Or letter D, 9x squared minus 30xy plus 25y squared? What is your answer? Alright, so in answering such particular question, so diba, this is just a square of binomial. So, appeal ni siya sa special product. So, how are we gonna solve this? So, in finding the solution or in the answer for this particular question, let's just follow the pattern of squaring the binomial. So, saan man to? Just square the first term. So, quantity 3x squared. And then since plus man eh, so plus twice the product of the first term and the last term or the second term, and then plus the square of the last term. So let's simplify this further. So 3x or quantity 3x squared, that's 9x squared. And then plus 2 times 3x, that's 6x times 5y, that's 30xy. And then plus 5 or quantity 5y squared, that's 25y squared. So this is the answer for this particular question. And that's letter C. Alright? Now what about this one? Let's find the product of quantity 2a minus 7b squared. So is it letter A, 4a squared plus 14ab plus 49b squared? Or letter B, 4a squared minus 14ab plus 49b squared? Or letter C, 4a squared plus 28ab plus 49b squared? Or letter D, 4a squared minus 28ab plus 49b squared? What is your answer? So in answering this, we will just be following the square of binomial patterns again. But in this case, so let's consider the sign of this binomial, which is subtraction. So solution, so square of binomial gihapon nga pattern, right? But katong subtraction nga operation. So dapat yung pattern, just square the first term, and then since this is minus, so minus ne, minus twice the product of the first term and the last term or the second term, and then plus the square of the last term or the second term. And then let's simplify. So quantity 2a squared, that's 4a squared, and then 2a times minus na na, so 2a times 2, that's 4a times 7b, that's okay, minus 28ab, so 8 times na siya. And then plus quantity 7b squared, that's 49b squared. So this is the answer for question number 3. Alright, so that's letter D, 4a squared minus 28ab plus 49b squared. Now what about this one? Let's find the product of 4m plus 3n times 4m minus 3n. Is it letter A, 16m squared plus 9n squared? Or letter B, 16m squared minus 9n squared? Or letter C, 16m squared plus 12mn plus 9n squared? Or letter D, 16m squared minus 12mn plus 9n squared? What is your answer? So this kind of question, or this kind of multiplying polynomial, so 4m plus 3n times 4m minus 3n is still part of the special product. So ansa man to, it's simply the product of the sum and difference of two terms, right? So we will be using that pattern to solve this question. So the solution for this is this one. So ansa naman to, 4m plus 3n times 4m minus 3n, diba? Similar silang arm up. Digit similar, but pareho silang terms, 4m, 4m, 3n, 3n, and the only difference is their sign. So this is addition, and this is subtraction. So ang pattern is just to square the first term, so quantity 4m squared minus dyan na kalingaw the square of the second term, and then simplify. So the square of 4m, that's 16m squared, and then minus the square of 3n is 9n squared. And this is the answer for question number 4. So the correct answer is 16m squared minus 9n squared, letter B. Now what about this question number 5? Let's find the product of r plus 1 times r squared minus r plus 1. Is it letter A, r cubed plus 1? Or letter B, r cubed minus 1? Or letter C, r cubed plus 2? Or letter D, r cubed minus 2? What is your answer? So, diba? This kind of polynomials kani and this one are still, this kind of case or situation still belongs to the special products. Kaya kana sila na naman ay mga pattern pod kaning duha ka factors. So, how are we gonna solve this? We are just going to follow the pattern of unsa man to? Diba this is a special product maning a form, right? And in answering this, unsa may buhaton, just cube the first term, and then if this is plus, kaya na plus man and then minus, so kani nga kind of polynomials, they are following the patterns or the forms katong sa special products nga cube. And then ang pattern is just to cube the first term, and then since this is plus, so plus pud ani plus the cube of the second term sa dani kanira nga imong tan-awon. So simplify r cube, so that's r cube, and then 1 cube, that's 1. So this is the answer for this particular question. So the correct answer is letter A, r cubed plus 1. How about this one? Question number 6. Find the product of this binomial and this trinomial. So 2s minus 3t times 4s squared plus 6st plus 9t squared. Is it letter A, 4s squared plus 9t squared? Or letter B, 4s squared minus 9t squared? Or letter C, 8s cubed plus 27t cubed? Or letter D, 8s cubed minus 27t cubed? What is your answer? So in answering this, this is still part of the special products gihapon kani 2s minus 3t times 4s squared plus 6st plus 9t squared, and we will be using that form to answer this. So unsa naman ni? Diba mag-answer tag nga ni just cube the first term. So quantity 2s cubed since minus man ni, so minus the cube of the second term 3t. So 3t cube, and then simplify. So quantity 2s cubed, that's 8s cubed, and then minus the quantity of 3t cubed, that's 27t cubed. So this is the answer for this particular question. It's 8s cubed minus 27t cubed, letter D. Now let's proceed to the next question, question number 7. Let's find the product of 2x plus 3y plus 4z and then squared. This is squaring trinomials. Is it letter A, x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 6xy plus 8xz plus 12yz? Or letter B, x squared plus y squared plus z squared plus 12xy plus 16xz plus 24yz? Or letter C, 4x squared plus 9y squared plus 16z squared plus 6xy plus 8xz plus 12yz? Or letter D, 4x squared plus 9y squared plus 16z squared plus 12xy plus 16xz plus 24yz? What is your answer? So this is just one of the special products gihapon, which is all about the squaring of trinomials. So in doing that, or in solving this particular question, what are we going to do? So we just need to square the first term. So 2x squared, or quantity 2x squared, plus the square of the second term, plus the square of the third term, and then plus twice the product of the first term and second term, plus twice the product of the first term and the last term, and then plus twice the product of the second term and the last term. And then let's simplify. So quantity 2x squared, that's 4x squared. And then quantity 3y squared, that's 9y squared. And then quantity 4z squared, that's 16z squared. And then plus 2 times 2x times 3y, that's 12xy. And then plus 2 times 2x times 4z, that's 16xz. And then plus 2 times 3y times 4z, that's 24yz. And this is the answer for this particular question. So 4x squared plus 9y squared plus 16z squared plus 12xy plus 16xz plus 24yz. That's letter D. Now, how about this one? Question number 8. Let's find the product of this binomial 3u plus 4 cube. So we are cubing this binomial. Is it letter A, 27u cubed plus 36u squared plus 48u plus 64? Or letter B, 27u cubed plus 48u squared plus 36u plus 64? Or letter C, 27u cubed plus 108u squared plus 144u plus 64? Or letter D, 27u cubed plus 144u squared plus 108u plus 64? What is your answer? So in answering this, we will just be following the pattern when we are going to cube a binomial. And saan man to pag-solve? So first, you just have to cube the first term. And then, since this is plus man, so the next operation should be addition. So plus thrice the product of the square of the first term and the second term. And then plus thrice the product of the first term and the square of the second term. And then plus the cube of the second term. And then simplify. So quantity 3u cubed, that's 27u cubed. And then 3 times 3u squared times 4, or 3u squared, that's 9u squared. Times 4, that's 36u squared. And then times 3, that's 108u squared. And then plus, so 3 times 3u, that's 9u. And then 4 squared, that's 16. So 9u times 16, that's 144u. And then plus the cube of 4, that's 64. So this is the answer for this particular question. 27u cubed plus 108u squared plus 144u plus 64. And that is letter C. Now let's proceed to question number 9. Let's find the product of this one. So quantity 5v minus 2w cubed. So this is similar to what we just solved a while ago, question number 8, but the difference is that this is subtraction. So what's gonna be your answer, man? Is it letter A, 125v cubed minus 150w squared plus 60v squared w minus 8w cubed? Or letter B, 125v cubed minus 150v squared w plus 60v w squared minus 8w cubed? Or letter C, 125v cubed plus 150v squared w minus 60v w squared plus 8w cubed? Or letter D, 125v cubed minus 150v squared w minus 60v w squared minus 8w cubed? Murag tongue twister. What is your answer? So in solving this is just similar to what we solved a while ago. So ingatoon na po nato siya nalay little modifications. So saan man, just cube the first term, and then since this is minus man, so the second term, the operation of the second term is subtraction side. So minus thrice the product of the square of the first term and the last term or the second term, and then plus thrice the product of the first term and the square of the last term, and then minus the cube of the last term or the second term. Then let's simplify. So let's simplify. So 5, or quantity 5v cubed, that's 125v cubed. And then 3 times 5v squared times 2w, that's 150v squared w. So minus. And then plus 3 times 5v times 2w squared, that's 60v squared. And then minus 2w cubed, that's 8w cubed. So this is the answer for this particular question. So question number 9, 125v cubed minus 150v squared w plus 60v squared minus 8w cubed. Basing naglibog mo nga nung na 150 ni ha, because 5 squared, that's 25. V squared, that's v squared. So 25v squared times 3, that's 75v squared. And then times 2w there, 150v squared w, as well as this. So 3 times 5v, that's 15v times 2w squared, or quantity 2w squared, that's 4w squared. So times 15v, that's 60vw squared. So mo na reason nga nung na 150 ni and na 60. And nga nung minus, so minus ba yan eh. Alright? Now, it's letter B, question number 9. So this is the answer for this particular question. Now, what about this one? 10, the last number. So let's find the product of 7x to the 4th power plus 8y to the 4th power times 7x to the 4th power minus 8y to the 4th power. Is it letter A, 49x to the 8th power plus 64y to the 8th power? Or letter B, 49x to the 8th power minus 64y to the 8th power? Or letter C, 64x to the 8th power plus 49y to the 8th power? Or letter D, 64x to the 8th power minus 49y to the 8th power? What is your answer? So in answering this particular question, diba, this is just the difference of squares man nino, kay diba? Now, same sila og terms, 7x to the 4th power as well as this, and kani 8y to the 4th power kana. The only difference is that they have different operation. This is addition and this is subtraction. So saan man napag solve ani, just square the first term minus the square of the second term. O man ang pattern about the product of the sum and difference of two terms. And then let's simplify. So quantity 7x to the fourth power squared, that's 49x to the power of 8. Okay, times naman na nimo, diba? 4 times, so that's 8. And then 7 squared, that's 49. And then minus, okay, quantity 8y to the fourth power squared, so that's 8 squared, that's 64. And then y to the fourth power, times naman na siya nimo, diba? 4 times, so that's 8. So that's 64 y to the power of 8. And this is the answer for this particular question. 49x to the power of 8 minus 64y to the power of 8. And that's letter B. Alright? So that's just it. So those are the 10 questions, which I prepared for you to at least review the different techniques in multiplying polynomials. So most of the items are under the special products, and question number 1, which is all about the FOIL method. So I hope that somehow this video helps you in reviewing your lesson in special products or in multiplying polynomials. So that's all for now. Thank you. More power, and let's keep learning.